Garon Patakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sakrajadam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Satvedam Swavadudam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Raguna Lalita Shri Vishakamitam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari
Rishabhanu Sute Devi
Mami Hari Priye Panchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasidhayevya Patitanam
Pavanebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Prabhu
Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara
Srivastava
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Rama Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Shashwin, for reading the Mangalacharan. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna,
Please
Mataji. Hare Krishna. Yeah, Hare Krishna.
accept our humble obeisances on
Yes,
behalf of everybody in this
yeah.
group who have joined and who will be about to join, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, we are reading the Bhagavad Gita as it is, and we are on chapter 18. Chapter 18 is the perfection of renunciation. Prabhuji, today we are on text 59.
Okay. Mataji.
Prabhuji, how would you like us? Would you like us to read the shloka or?
And then I'll take it from the translation.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Ashwin, would you like to read the shloka for us? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Om
No. Yad ahankara
Ahankaramashritya Nayodya Iti Manyase Nityaisa Vyavasayaste Prakrutisvam Niyokshati
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Over to you, Prabhuji.
Okay. I take it from Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
If you do not act according to my direction and do not fight, then you will be falsely directed. By your nature, you will have to be engaged in warfare. Purport. Arjuna was a military man and born of the nature of a Kshatriya. Therefore, his natural duty was to fight. But due to the false ego, he was fearing that by killing his teacher, grandfather, and friends, he would incur sinful reactions. Actually, he was considering himself master of his action, as if he were directing the good and bad result of such work. He forgot that the Supreme Personality of Godhead was present there, instructing him to fight. That is the forgetfulness of the conditioned soul. The Supreme Personality gives direction as to what is good and what is bad, and one simply has to act in Krishna consciousness to attain the perfection of life. No one can ascertain his destiny as the Supreme Lord can. Therefore, the best course is to take direction from the Supreme Lord and act. No one should neglect the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead or the order of the spiritual master, who is the representative of God. One should act unhesitantly to execute the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That will keep one safe under all circumstances. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So this is very, very important verse, more or less related to the verse number 58, which is talking about the ego. This also is talking about the ego, and also talking about the various aspects, like we have to be conscious of Krishna and Guru, and then we need to follow the plan of Krishna as the order is mentioned that, and there are other points are mentioned that about to be alert and all this thing we'll discuss that. But the main thing is basically that about talking about the ego, how we act when we are in completely ignorance about what we are doing it, and then we need to be conscious, and how do we come out from this. So it's mentioned in the translation that if you do not act according to my direction, means Lord Krishna direction, and do not fight, we are not fighting right now, but we are working actually. Basically, it's terms of the devotional service or any activity which is related to the spirituality, then you will be falsely directed. It means you will be going into the wrong path. By your nature, you will have to engage in a warfare. I mean, basically that you will be engaged in as per your own will. You will be not acting as per my direction. So that is what the Lord Krishna is mentioning to Arjuna. And this is what basically we are almost coming to the end of the chapter, this 18th chapter. So there is a lot of instruction, very nice instruction I mentioned here. So as I mentioned that we'll just talk about, I think you already heard about in the previous chapter about the ego. So it's just want to touch a bit, because since it is mentioned ego part of it. So see, the ego is basically the part and parcel of our body, right? So there are actually 8 elements. There were what you call Panch Mahabhuta, like ether, water, fire, air, and fire, ether, water, earth, yeah, and the mind, intelligence, and ego. So there are eight part of this thing, our body. These when we descend, or when we came to this material, we got all these things together. So, but the only thing in this which is with ego is a very prominent thing in our this body, and that's because of the ego, the false ego, we actually came down. It's written that ahinkaram, the of false ego. Actually, because of the false ego, we are desire to enjoy. We want to lord over this thing. We want to lord over the world. So that's the reason we came down to this material world. Now, so we cannot go away with the ego. So what is the way out for using the ego for the devotional system? How do we use our ego, and what are the characteristics or different types of egos are there? So we have emotions, we have anger. You can deal with that actually. They are also subtle, like ego, but you can control your emotions. Sometimes the people are so perfect, like politicians. They don't have any emotion in their life. They are very perfect in controlling their emotion. You will not able to make out from their faces they have what is going inside their the mind and all that. So they control the emotion completely. That's an example on that. And another example is like anger. Some show the anger, some they don't show the anger actually. Yeah, like the company who actually are very aggressive in numbers and all that. They're very aggressive. They show so much of anger, Actually, it's basically that they're showing the anger. Actually, they don't have anger inside them, but they show because to get the performance. So we can control those things. A time you've seen that people, you must have heard of that. He was very he got a lot of he was very proudy, and he was chastising everyone day and night. But after a certain age, he controlled himself, and there was no anger in him. So we heard so many stories, and we know that so many people are like that. Yeah. So like the Durvasha Muni example, he get angry very easily. So like, but when if you look at the other devotees, they get angry, but for certain time, and there are certain devotees who get angry for certain work need to be performed properly. So there are different types. But we can control these angers actually. We can control our emotions, like, but we cannot control the ego actually. Ego is within us. We cannot control that, right? That is where we need to understand. And the ego is actually we must have heard of in the by the devotee, other devotees, there are two types of ego. One is the false ego and the true ego. The true ego is basically that is what we have to work for actually. The true ego is basically that we are part and parcel of the Lord, and we need to serve the Lord actually. That is the true ego. We should not consider that okay, I want to enjoy it. So that is a false ego actually. Like say that we identify ourselves as I'm an Indian, I'm a male, I'm working in this company with this position. These are false ego actually, right? And because of, see how I'm relating, I'm one person, right? One person, one body. Now I'm saying I'm Indian, I'm a male, I'm an engineer, I'm a CEO of this company, I have so much of wealth, I have those. So like one individual is so corrupted, this thing with a different element is relating with that. So one person is relating with the such so many things. But if you look at the true ego, it is one individual relating to the one supreme personality of God and to a servitor or the das form of it. So like, as you know that there are three basic colors, with the three basic colors you can make a billions of trillions of colors. Similarly, with this false ego, we can make a millions of trillions of our I think. I am this, I've done this, I've done this, so many things and all that. And also like in the music, there are 7 notes also. Sare Gamapa or A, G, D, E, F, C, and all that, right? So by this combination, we make a different millions of songs and all that. Similarly, with this false ego, we have so prominent in our life that we forget actually what is our real identity, and we get in. And here actually the Arjuna is relating is this. That's what is saying, the Prabhupada is saying. Arjuna was a military man and born of the nature of the Kshatriya. Therefore, his natural duty was to fight. So, but due to false ego, he was fearing that by killing his teacher. So he was relating to his kinsman, like family and all that, because he said that this is my brother, he's my brother, he's my sister, he's my dad, whatever it is, my teacher, is my brother, is my uncle, sister, son, and all that. So he was relating to that. Basically, that is a false ego. Actually, he was relating to that. Actually, if you look at that, in all of us are attached to somehow or other to the relatives, and we also do a lot of social meeting together to have a social relationship, because that we are a social animal, so we tend to do that. But actually, when we go into that meetings and get together, then we forget that what actually we are doing here. If you are in association of devotee, and if you are in association of Krishna, you are doing a Krishna consciousness activity, then it is good. But certain activities, you have people, I've seen that on weekend, they go out, they do certain activity and all that, and then they come back and all that. So what is the result of that? There is no result actually. They actually are digging there something which is they're going to fall in that actually. There is no going to benefit they are going to get it right. It's basically that in material world they call it networking. We are doing networking, right? Networking do with the Lord. We are doing networking which is a temporary. If you say something to that person, right? Okay, I didn't like your the kind of food you made it. Next time we will not call you. So that is because you are hurting his ego. You are saying that how can he say that? I have treated him so well and he's saying like that. So that is basically the concept. We don't accept those things, and we try to network certain area where basically that there is no use in. So the devotee association, the book association, spiritual master association, and we have so many way of association in the service and all that. We need to associate with that where we see the long-term benefit. Materially, you may get with the social networking and whatever the networking you have, but the main idea here is basically the Lord is trying to explain you is basically that will misguide you. It will take you down the wrong path. That's what is saying, that then you will be falsely directed. Falsely directed because of the false ego, you will be directed to false. So we get entangled. So it's a big obstacle. This false ego is a big obstacle in the progress of the spirituality. We have to come out from this, and we have to come out of, because this, when you are like, suppose you are on a highway, right? Especially you see this problem in basically when you are trying to climb up on a hill, and you suddenly found such a big stone on the road, right? And you can't climb it because you are on a car, so you have to stop there. So similarly, this kind of the because of ego, so that ego has become a big stone. It's become an obstacle in your spirituality, because you feel that why do I need to do it spiritually? Why do I need to do it? Because I'm earning, I have everything. Where is God? I have not seen him. So why should I serve him? So that I is the biggest problem in our life. So we need to control it. So we have to basically, our central focus is basically that how do we service? Because the only way you can come out from this false ego is basically to serve the Lord. There's no other way on all that. So what happened? We get so much pressure from this false ego because of that, and we become again conditioned. Because of the false ego, we get again conditioned in our life again and again. That's what we are doing, because of we are not able to come out from this shell of ego, false ego, and we get stuck in that. And because we get stuck in that, we are not able to come out from there. And again, we have to take us in this material world. And that's what the Lord is trying to explain him, that yes, Arjuna is not a this ordinary person. He's a devotee of the Lord, but it's a medium is for us. It's a medium which is basically we are getting the knowledge from the Arjuna, my medium of Bhagavad Gita. It's basically for us only to remove those obstacles. Why we are again and again getting into this particular stage? Why we are not coming out from this? So that's what the Lord is explaining, that please come out from this false ego, and then it will be relieved. So there is a very nice, and sometimes what we do actually, we actually try to show that we are we are not egoistic actually, but we are actually, and we need to hide it actually. But the Lord knows that, okay, internally how he is and all that. That's the reason our spiritual progress is delaying. It is slow because of the ego, our spiritual, because we do so much of offense with the dham aparad, the seva aparad, then devotee aparad, and the Vaishnava aparad, and the Lord, the so many types of aparad we do it because of this false ego, because we are so proud of that, okay, I am this, I have done this and all that. So that is wrong actually. We need to come out from there. So there is to understand this point, there is a very a story. There was a scientist actually, and he was so expert in actually creating anything duplicate. Actually, he was so expert in creating. So he thought that, okay, he reached to an age where he knew that the death going to come one day. So what happened basically, that he created his duplicate, another 12 duplicate, to basically to when the Yamraj comes, when Yamdut comes, and they see who, they will not identify who's the real one. So he created the duplicate. So like the day came when is about the one day, the Yamdut came, and he's created another 12 duplicate, and he stand in between, in between those duplicate, and they were wearing the same kind of clothes and everything was same, right? And the Yamdut came, and they were searching for who was this thing, and they were looking all the same. How come this are same? One, everything's height, everything, because he was scientist, he created like that. And the Yamdut are not ordinary people; they were also clever. And then they said, "Hey, you have done mistake in on this, on this. This is the mistake on this. This is." And like the Yamdut were pointing out, there is a mistake on this particular thing. There is a mistake on this, on this body, on this. And this scientist, he felt very bad, and he came out. Where you find this the problem in that? Where is the error in that in my creation? Then Yamdut caught him. This is what why he came out, because of his false ego. He said his ego got hurt, that how can they are saying that I have, there is a defect in this body, there is a defect in that. So he came out from there. Meaning is basically that is basically like that we are so entangled with this false ego that we cannot stop it. Actually, it comes out, though we that scientist try to hide himself, we then is created other 12 duplicate bodies, but ultimately because of the false ego, he has to come out, and then he has to face these consequences. So you can't escape from the consequences, you have to wear it, and there's no choice actually. And this topic, I'm telling you, this false ego topic is a big topic, and we have to work day and night on that. Actually, it's basically every moment, every second we are trapped, because our progress is slow because of this only. One of the reason is that. There are other reason also, but this is one of the reason where basically that we have to maintain, we have to come out from this. So it's a big like it's a big mountain, and I don't know when we are able to break this mountain. I suffer a lot, so we need to consider that how to remove that. And the only way is to remove is basically that do to the it's basically devotional service. There is no other way. So what happened basically that, what happened when we are false ego so much, basically that our enthusiasm get lost. Actually, it burns our enthusiasm when you come to the, when you start gradually come to the, and then your whatever the credit you have, a devotional credit gets wiped away completely, because you are doing so much of wrath, you are doing so much envious to the Lord and all that. So that's the reason. So we have to control this, and there is no other way. You have to be. There are so many topics in our Krishna consciousness. We have to work day and night. Actually, we should not be like, okay, I need to work. I need to design my schedule for the how to control the false ego. How to just no. You just engage in chanting and the service. That's it. No need to go somewhere and all that. Yeah, this is what it's basically that what is mentioned by the Lord here is basically an education, that this is one of the obstacles in your path, and the way of coming out from this obstacle is only the spirituality. There is no other way. So Lord is trying to explain that if there are so many subjects in our life which we have to tackle it, but the simplest way is chanting and hearing. Shravanam and Kirtanam. Simple is that. That's a simple method, and we have to. So this burns our enthusiasm. We have so much of energy in our body for the devotional activity. Use for that, right? Whatever the credit you have earned the devotional service, don't let it wipe away, because it's so hard to earn the devotional credit. It's not easy to you. Chanting is not easy actually. Chanting 60 rounds takes a lot of time actually, 2 hours plus, and so much of concentration. But so look at that, you are
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, yes, it is frozen for me also.
Okay, I just wanted to know that.
Yeah, I think Prabhuji must have had a problem.
Yeah, today in Kenya, there was a national grid problem. So the whole country had lost power, but it has come back. But I don't know, we have lost Prabhuji. I think maybe he'll join in again. Let's be patient.
Yes.
And I'll try to call him up on the phone as well.
Okay, Mataji, thank you.
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, we had lost you for some time.
Oh, for how long? I have not.
Prabhuji, for the last 4 minutes.
Last?
3 or 4
Okay.
minutes.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's okay.
My this thing was still actually. So I just reconnected again. Sorry for that. Okay, let me repeat again. So, which I was talking about the scientist, and then I was mentioned that it burns our enthusiasm, right? That you have heard it, right? Right. Hello.
Yes, Prabhuji, we were talking of the devotional credits being burnt off.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I was there only. That point only. I was talking on that point only. Okay. Thank you. Sorry for that. Okay, so basically that it kills our devotional credit actually, because we are so much within us, and actually we don't. So the best way is basically that we have to come out from this. Why we are, as I mentioned, that we do so much of chanting, like we spend so much of hour in chanting, 2 hours plus hours, some are does more and all that, and some do the devotional activities and all. So why we are doing all this? Basically that just to we need to make sure that we have our credit increase, not decrease actually, right? Because it takes a few one version of Prad that our credit completely wiped away. So we have to take care of those things, and it is our duty, our every day, that we think that how do we increase our the devotional activity, and then we need to increase our how to invoke our the true ego, which is basically that what we are meant for, that we are a servitor of the Lord. And thus once we do it, then it is easy, then we can go back. That is our main aim. But we are not invoking that actually, we are more entangled. I'm saying that, as I mentioned, that we are everything we are putting I before anything, whatever activity we are performing, and that is the main cause of that. The next point is mentioned is basically I was talking about that the forgot Arjuna forgot that what is our main relationship with them, and that because we are conditioned. Why we are conditioned? Because we made ourselves as conditioned. It's nothing that Lord, okay, because of certain problem we came down, but it doesn't mean that we it's not that you have fallen down and you will keep in that position for a very long time. No, you have to stand up, and you have to take another place, or you need to run, or you need to do whatever you are doing it, right? You can't say, okay, I've fallen down and I'm on the ground, so someone will come and will help me. No, no one will come. You have to do it yourself. There is no choice actually. Think that you don't have any choice. It's you only which is basically responsible, and it is you who will get up and will walk or run. That is you. No one will help you. Yeah, they will encourage you, because we'll talk about that on, but they will encourage you, but it doesn't mean that you will have to, someone will come and then, okay, let's go together and all that. Yeah, devotees are there definitely, but but to go to the devotee, we need to actually walk, to stand up and walk, right? So it's here, then further is mentioned that we need to be conscious of Guru and Krishna. Yeah, that is very important. We need to be conscious, because that is the key. That is the key of our spirituality. If we don't have the conscious of towards the Guru and the Krishna, then we cannot progress actually. We need to give the credit. We need to give the credit, and every time we have to pray in the morning. Okay, this is, you need to, whoever is your spiritual master, you need to pray for a few minutes before you starting your day, and then you will understand that the energy throughout your day, the energy, because the energy is flowing from whether your Guru is present right now in along with you, or is far away, or is not in this world. but his energy will keep flowing because he chants, as I mentioned last time, because he gives the energy in the chanting, your beats. He chants first because he transferring his energy, and then we should be conscious and we should pray. That's the reason he's saying that only the spiritual master desire is basically how my disciple can be elevated to next level. That is always, and he works and he takes all the pain. He takes all your karma. He takes all your karma. Why is doing that for us? What is gaining? He's not gaining anything. The only gain he's getting is basically that he is following his spiritual master. That is the only gain. He's following the instruction of his spiritual master, and because of following his following the order of his spiritual master, he is taking the pain for us. There is no other thing. So we need to give a credit for this to our spiritual master and the Lord also, because he's the bridge between ourselves to going to the back to the Godhead. He's a bridge. So when the bridge is so strong, it's basically that he will take you immediately. He'll take you, and that's what the Lord is trying to that, because the Lord Krishna is directly saying that you are my disciple. He accepted that you are guru in the second chapter, first chapter only. He accepted as a guru, and that I'm your friend and disciple now. So he started from there. So similarly, we all have a guru, then we accept it, we surrender it to the guru, and then the guru will give you the right direction. And that's the reason I mentioned is that we need to be conscious. So consciousness, basically, if you read the previous verse, it's very nice verse, previous verse. If you become conscious of me, you will pass over the obstacle of conditioned life by my grace. If, however, you do not work in such consciousness, but act through false ego, not hearing me, you will be lost. Such a powerful verse it is actually. The 58, it's a very powerful list. So we need to understand that, because our spiritual master will promote us to go back to the Godhead, to Golok Dham. And this is confirmed. It's confirmed in 58th chapter. Lord is the Prabhupada is writing that. It's confirmed, yeah. So we are conditioned, so we have to come from the. So, and then further is mentioned, so we need to learn to, how do we get it? To learn to follow the plan of the Krishna plans. So we all are here. We all are here to follow the plan of Krishna. We are here, this body is given, this material world is given. Now we are given also to practice devotion service, and that is the Krishna's plan. Why there are so many billions of people are not getting that plan? Because they are not fortunate. We are fortunate, right? Nobody can, there are some people can buy the diamond. Not all can buy the diamond. They all are fortunate. There was an incident happened that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur put an advertisement. Please join us and chant Hare Krishna. So many people came. Like devotees, so many devotees came, and they were there for 4, 5, 6 months. Finally, one person left, because they were thinking, they said it, and that please come chant Hare Krishna and enjoy the prasadam. So everyone was thinking that we are getting a free food. So they went there and they started, and when they saw that there are a lot of activities, gradually they start leaving 10, 15, and at the end one person left. And that was he was the god brother of Prabhupada, Akinchan Prabhu. I've forgotten the name actually. Akinchan Swami, something like that. So what happened that the temple president complained to the Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur that this person is not doing anything. He's just only chanting. Then we hear the word what the Bhaktisiddhanta, he said that is what we called for these people. He's doing the right thing. We called him for that. Those don't understand. He only understood. So that is how this important of chanting is basically that we have to follow the plan. What is the plan for? Is the plan is made for us, is written. We don't need to write that our plan. It's already written. We need to just execute it. Just follow there. That's it. Our job is to just follow. And then we try to divert and change it. No, it won't work. You will come back to the same place, because you are not a god. You are not a planner. right? You've been given a duty to execute that plan. That's it, and we have to follow that. There is no other way. So just follow the plan of the Lord, and you will be blessed. And because why we need to follow the plan? Because from this position we will elevate over to spiritual position automatically. That's the word. And we will come out from all the distress. Whatever the distress you have in life, you will come out. But the only thing, you have to feel it. You have to execute that Lord plan. And then what is to be required to follow that plan? We have to be alert all the time. It's not like, okay, I followed today, I have followed the plan, and tomorrow I've slept. It's not be plan. Means basically that plan till the last moment, antakalecha, till the last moment. That is our plan actually. The plan to achieve the goal of life. We have to go there. So that is the plan we have to follow. And the plan is basically we have to be alert all the time. When you see that so many the soldiers, they always alert. They don't let any enemy comes in their area. The moment they catch them, So we have to be alert that something, the Maya can come in our way, something else will come in our way and will pull us back. So we have to be alert all the time, because what is our problem? We will not get those enemies and all that. But our enemies are what? Laziness, dishonest. We are dishonest. Every moment we are talking something. Every moment we are lying. We are dishonest. We are lazy. We are into Maya completely. So this is we need to be alert from this small items, small things. We have to be alert, very much alert. And that will progress. If we are not alert, otherwise we'll remain in this. One more thing, we have to be very careful, basically the self-pittiness. What we did, oh, I should have been like this. I should have been the president of the temple, then I would have done myself bigger role. Now today I am in a very low position. I am in a very, nobody's treating me well. So that's the reason I'm not able to do a devotional service. No, it's equal. There is no platform. They are a role of a management. You are a role of a devotee. You do the service. There are so many opportunities you can do the service. Your spiritual masters told you, just chant only. So we should not feel like that, okay, my position is very low. No, your position, we are all equal in the same level, because because we are not a body. If you think on that platform, obviously you will feel that way, but we are a soul. All are same. We need to look at that way. They are doing something. One day you will be getting that position, then how will you handle it? Oh, I am getting so much pressure. I'm not able to. I heard from a devotee, a president. I'm telling you, a president telling me, after 30 years, today I have started chanting. After 30 years in Krishna consciousness, he's saying, today I have started chanting. What is the meaning of that actually? The meaning that basically he was so much of an anxiety, so much of an stress, so much of to do with the management, he was not able to chant it. So we are so lucky that we don't have those responsibility. So we should not be feeling pity on ourselves that, oh, I don't have at this position, I'm not able to do that, because I would have given the position of a president or a temple, whatever it is, then I would have chanted better. No, you are in the right position right now. Utilize it as maximum as you can. So this is how we have to come out from this problem. So our main aim is basically to transcend from this material world, and the more we go into, then, and the best way is basically that I mentioned so many things. So basically the best way is to pray, only pray. And we have to come out from three things. What is the three things? Is basically that we need to truly selfless. That is one thing we have to do. We need to be humble, and we need to be brave. Brave in the sense, I was mentioning the last kind, like about the sannyasi, right? It's about the sannyasi. So sannyasi are brave. They can go anywhere. They preach anywhere. They don't see anything, right? They don't see, and they don't have any difference whether they go into forest or they go to any country. which is country, they are not allowed, they still preach there because they are brave, because they have left everything. They don't have anything. They have only one thing, is Krishna consciousness in them. And they truly believe in that. And that's the reason you look at that. I was talking about, I think I mentioned last time also, there Vasu Ghosh Maharaj. Okay. He's a scientist actually, but he went through a trouble in USA because he went through a liver operation and he required $50,000. Lord Krishna helped him. He's not earning. Because why? He is fearless, because he has trust. He's a faith. He's having faith in the Lord. Similarly, he is saying that have faith in me, trust my words, execute my words, go as my plan. That's what the Lord Krishna is trying to mention that. So we need to follow that selfless, humble, and we need to be brave. That's the way actually. And otherwise we cannot. It is not too late, huh? It's not too late. Don't think that I'm saying that we may sometime it's late. No, it's not late. We are not late actually. But the only thing we have to pray is basically that, please help me this time. This time I have done the mistakes. Please help me, the Lord. The spiritual master, please help me. Someone was telling me that when we meet a spiritual master, the spiritual master, one question to everyone: how's your chanting going? Everyone says very good. Spiritual master stops the conversation from there because he knew that you are not chanting well. So that's we have to be honest, and we need to pray. We need to be honest, because you can't chant well actually. Because attentive chanting is very difficult, because your mind is like a monkey is jumping from one tree to another, looking for for sense gratification and all that. So it's to control this monkey is very difficult. So just only to hear your words of the Lord name, and then automatically you will be relieved. So it's a very powerful so what I say is basically we have to be very conscious of the Krishna and Guru, the Lord, and our spiritual master. We need to follow the plan. Whatever is basically the Lord saying, just follow that. It's not, the Lord will not give you the direct instructions by through the spiritual master or through the senior devotee. We need to be alert so that we should not fall again, this material pool again, and everything. The Maya is ready to capture you. We are lazy, we are dishonest, we make so much of mistake every day. Yeah, that's a part and parcel, but we try to come out from there. Give up your self-pity, and you should not be like, you pity yourself, okay, I'm in the lower position. No, you are practicing, right, these things, and you pray. Every day you need to pray. So much, as much you can pray, that will help you to grow as much as you can grow, right? So the praying, and that makes yourself brave, that selflessness, and be humble, right? This will help you in grow spirituality, and automatically this ego part will go away from them, because this, once you pray, once you feel that okay, I'm not I'm a part and parcel of the Lord Krishna, definitely will help you, right? And accept the order of the spiritual master or the senior devotees, because this false ego is the biggest obstacle, one of the biggest obstacle in our life for to transcend into the spirituality. So to end this year, so I would just like to tell you what I've mentioned is about the ego. What is the true ego, the false ego? True ego is basically that we are a servitor. False ego is considered that I am everything, I have a multiple thing and all that. We need to be conscious, so we need to follow the plan of the Krishna. We need to be conscious of a guru. We need to always respect. We need to, as I mentioned, that when the spiritual master comes, you need to welcome him like a king, actually, right? You need to welcome as a king, because he is a representative. It's mentioned that he's a direct representative of the Lord. So we need to welcome him like that. Maybe we feel like differently, but yes, there was I forgotten the Maharaj name. So the Maharaj was very young. He was like 6th, 7th class, right? And then Prabhupada went in Odisha. That time I was in Odisha. Maharaj was in Odisha. Prabhudananda Maharaj. Okay, I remember it. So Prabhupada, he was in 6th or 7th class. And then they heard that there are a lot of foreigners came in Odisha, and they have a spiritual master also, which is Indian. So let's go and see him. So there's all the students from, because they are students, they like to see, explore the things around the city and all that. So they went, and there's all the foreigners, what they see, all the students, what they saw, and the teacher saw that they are bathing the feet of Prabhupada and drinking the Charanamrit. And they were surprised to see that. And then after that, what happened? All the Charanamrits were spread on the public, because they because it's a prashadam, Charanamrit. So because then Prabhupada and Sasti Maharaj was saying that I was blessed that time. Now because of that I want the spirituality. So it's a blessing of Prabhupada. He's our Maharaj disciple, Gopal Krishna Maharaj disciple, is our god brother. But he said that because of that time blessing I'm getting now. So that is how happening. The spiritual master or the pure devotee bless you. It may take times, but it will happen one day. That's the reason we have to be always need to follow the path of that. Be always pray and chant. That's what our life is. And here is saying that we should not forget any time the Lord. And he's saying that will keep one safe under all circumstances. It's very, very important word, because that's what we look for actually, to be safe from, yes, from all the angles of life. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, thank you very much for explaining us about the ego, the false ego and the true ego. We have understood the true ego, but there might be some questions. Are there any questions or comments? Okay, Prabhuji, while people are thinking of the questions, maybe I can ask a question.
Yes,
Prabhuji.
please.
Prabhuji, so about the false ego. So I've understood what you said, but please, Prabhuji, kindly elaborate with examples. For example, I'm an accountant, I'm a doctor, I'm a multimillionaire, and we have been told that whatever you are, you perform your duties. So you don't have to stop being a multimillionaire or a lawyer or an accountant or a doctor. You offer your services, you do your work and dovetail all your activities to Krishna. So then so definitely you have to dovetail the activities and you have to play that role. So then that false ego will definitely be there because you are playing the part.
Correct.
So Prabhuji, how can we get rid of the false ego then?
Okay, so see, here the Lord is not saying that you should not work. You can't be multimillionaire or multimillionaire. There were devotee or multimillionaire and all that. Amrish Prabhu, who's actually he's from the family of Ford. He donated $800 million for this thing. He was mentioning that I went to the far end of the material world. Far end, he's saying that, with so much of money. But I saw that there is only end there. There is nothing from there to coming back. But when I come to spirituality, there is no end. That is his word actually. That is what I heard from when he was giving a speech. Actually, I like it because the way he mentioned that, because he have seen the entire thing in his life, all this. Then he said that there is nothing less. Okay, so coming to your point is basically that, okay, see, the problem is basically that we don't give a credit. Now, I just give you a very simple example. Suppose you have a kids, right? Your daughter or son and all that, right? It's your duty to educate them, to feed them, and to a certain, right? And then what happened that after some time they leave you, right? They leave you, right? And then what they will say, it is I have made it my house, it is made my this thing and all that. But actually, who is that? Who gave them a birth? It's you, right? It's you actually, who have actually made them to eat properly, educate them properly, come to the position where they can work and they can earn and they can stay there independently also, right? You made it, right? Not themselves, right? Yes, they will do it for their kids, But right now you have done it. Similarly, we give a credit of ourselves for everything what we have in this world. We don't give the credit to the, because to the Lord actually. See, we are, why we are alive today, why we are breathing today. There are so many people have died in this world. We are so fortunate actually. We don't consider that still we are working, still we are earning, still we are maintaining our family. So much we are doing it because whose will actually, whose energy is flowing in us because of the Lord is actually. So that's how we forget that. The relationship we forget. That is the false ego comes in between. Similarly, as I given example that our kids,
Prabhuji has frozen again. Hare Krishna. Haribol.
Yes, Kirtika Mataji, yes, that's right, frozen.
Okay, let's wait for him to join because I think it's the internet on his side. Hare Krishna. Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, you are muted.
sorry. So my internet is bad today. I'm sorry for that.
It's okay, Prabhuji. So
Yeah.
you were.
So I was saying that basically that it's basically that when we consider, like I'm saying, give an example of child, thinks that okay, I made the entire my world of myself because I'm in a position to earn it, to earn that. You can hear me? Hello?
Yes, Prabhuji, we
Hello?
can now hear you,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Actually, some problem is the connection is a little, maybe I don't know what is the reason for that. Okay. Anyway, what I'm saying that we made our children in a position to earn and to do their livelihood or whatever it is, right? They forget actually because of considering them as a that is covered by the false ego. They don't give a credit. Some give. It's not I'm talking about all, but some give credit. Similarly, we don't give a credit to the Lord. That is the false ego actually. Right, Mataji? Okay.
so Prabhuji, then that is what we should be doing. So whoever, for example, in the example of a lawyer or an accountant or a doctor, you'd say, thank you, Lord, for giving me this position.
Yes.
You think I'm capable of doing this, but it is you who has given me this position,
Yes.
and I'm using
Yes.
this position
Yes.
to help others
Yes.
or serve others or do.
Yes.
So
See, how do we remember that? That's a very important point. I mentioned, I think, last time also. If you remember, see, like suppose you have this room where you're sitting, and then you have other rooms also, and then you have a safe key, then you have a door key, you have a car key, and all that. Suppose you somehow other you forget your lost your the safe key or other keys, right? And then you are looking for it, but you are not able to find it. But you can't just looking all the time for that key, isn't it? So you will do your work also, but in your mind what is running actually? The keys. So you are doing the work, but the keys are running in your mind. Similarly, we have to remember the Lord like that only. The Lord should be in our mind, right? All the time, that whatever is activity is happening, we need to be grateful for everything. What I like about the Kenyan people is that we are fortunate actually. Whatever their condition, that we are not in problem. We are happy actually. They say like though they are, but they actually, and I see that they always carry the Bible in their pocket. Some of them I've seen that. I've not seen our people are carrying the Bhagavad Gita and all, but I've seen they carry actually. Yeah. So that's how they believe in that. They have a trust, they have faith in that. But yes, but as the Krishna consciousness is growing, definitely one day everyone will be remembering everything. So that's how we have to do it actually. Yeah.
thank you very much, Prabhuji. Sandhya Mataji has a question. We have 5 more
Hare
minutes.
Krishna, Prabhuji,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna, all devotees. Prabhuji, I just want to know what, say someone does not get initiated, so how do they get a spiritual master? Hare Krishna.
Okay. We have everyone is a Diksha Guru actually. So someone is basically giving you anything spiritual education or information. If you have some in temples, they all are Diksha Guru, Shiksha Guru actually. And then we have a Path Parthaka Guru is basically Prabhupada. He's basically the main who guides us where to, because he's present in the form of a book, Bhagavad Gita and all that, right? So if we don't have a spiritual master, then we have a Diksha Guru, and Diksha Guru will tell you, will guide you when you are ready to get initiation for the spiritual master. He will tell you. So you should not be worried about that. I don't have a spiritual master, but Diksha Guru is like a spiritual master. And then the Diksha Guru will guide you one day. Okay, now you are ready to initiate that, because he will consult the spiritual master to give you the initiation. The only thing is basically that there is a I forgot the name of slok. It's basically that is saying that without mercy of a guru and Krishna, we cannot get the devotional seed, right? So Bhakti Lila, I forgot that, I keep forgetting. So basically, what I'm trying to say is like that till the time we don't have a spiritual master, keep under the guidance of the Diksha Guru. And Diksha Guru is already well trained in the scripture and all that. He can. There are so many Diksha Guru in ISKCONs, right? Everyone is basically who's giving you some instruction and guiding you is a Diksha Guru. So till the time we don't have a spiritual master, Diksha Guru will take care of all the challenges and whatever queries you have, anything you need to answer it.
So Prabhuji, you are my Diksha Guru, is that right?
Everyone
Krishna,
is
Prabhuji.
yes, yes.
I
The
think it
sloka
is
is
not Diksha.
Prabhu Hare
It
Krishna.
is called Shiksha Guru.
Sorry,
It is not
Shiksha
Diksha.
Guru.
Shiksha Guru.
Shiksha Guru. I'm saying Shiksha.
Yes, Shiksha.
Shiksha. Yeah, sorry,
The
Shiksha.
the
Yeah,
sloka is
Shiksha.
Prabhu Brahmande Brahmite Koni Bhagyavan Jeev Guru Krishna Paye Bhakti Lata Bij.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Prabhu. Thank you very much. Yes. So that's actually the meaning is basically that we are hovering in this material world again and again. Even the Yamaraj is saying that you came again. You are giving trouble to so much trouble to me. So we are hovering in this material world again and again. But because of the Supreme Lord and because of the Guru, we get the seed of the bhakti. Yeah.
Okay,
That is
Prabhupada
Prabhuji,
also
thank you.
mentioned,
Hare Krishna.
Prabhupada
Yes.
also mentioned that if you have a desire, Paramatma will take you to your Guru,
Yes. Yes. True.
and from Guru you get Krishna.
Yes. Both are. Yes. True. Very true. Yes. Agreed.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you,
Yes. Yes.
Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. And are there any other questions or comments? Prabhuji, we have 1 more minute. Prabhuji, if you can tell us how to pray.
Oh, pray, just chant. Chanting is the best prayer, because we are praying to the energy of the Lord, Radha, right? That is our concentration beyond that. That the energy of the Lord. Please help me to take the holy name properly. That should be you hear, chant and hear. That's a prayer actually, the best prayer. Yeah, there are other prayers which if you go to the temple and all that, there are so many prayers are there. But this include everything. This Hare Krishna mantra is include everything. We don't need any other prayer. But yeah, you can do it. There is no restriction on that. But this conclude everything, because in the like Om Bhagavate Vasudeva, like we used to say. So there are every name. There are 3 things. One is basically the beach, the Nyay, Neksha, or the I forgot the exactly name, and then name, right? So the 3 things are there in every like Om Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Let's for example. So, but and the name, the Vasudeva is the name, and the Bij is Om, right? Om name, and Naksha something like that. I forgot the word exactly. Is basically that Om Namo Bhagavate Namo is this thing. But here in Hare Krishna mantra is a name only. Hare is name, Ram is name, Krishna is name. So it's all we are very simplified. It's only name we are taking. Yeah. So just name only. So there is no other thing. So that's the reason it's a Chaitanya Mahaprabhu simplify us for us is to take the name. So we are not going for the bija, or we are not going for another word I forgotten, but we are going just only for the name. So this is the best prayer, and we should not worry about that, because it will automatically give the energy for you to chant further actually.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. I'll hand over to Path Prabhuji. Path Prabhuji, kindly take over. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Krishna,
Pran Hari
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Nice you were giving your good class also about the description, the ego and false ego. And the one thing is that you are according your Prabhupada's commentary and your explanation that we supposed to act according to the instruction of the spiritual master. The Lord, basically, the Lord is not, we cannot reciprocate Lord, but we can supposed to follow the instruction of our spiritual master. Then it will be best for us. It not means
Yes.
we are monopoly doing. Yes, it is good, then we can do. So not like this way. This is the thing. And also our nature. What is our nature? Like already discussed in this beginning of this chapter, is the three
Yes.
modes of nature: mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. According to our nature, we can work. So it will be helpful for us. And by this process, we can attain the spiritual kingdom. So this is also more important. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Yes. Also, I request all the devotee, please unmute yourself and chant Hare Krishna mantra for glorification of His grace, Pran Hari Prabhuji.
For all the devotees, please.
Yes, Prabhuji, all the devotees. Yeah.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo
Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Prabhu.
Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
jai.
Hare Krishna.
His grace Pran Hari Prabhuji ki
Yes,
jai.
all devotees,
Jai.
please.
Jai.
Hare Krishna, all devotees.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.